Hey, what's up, YouTubers? It's me again, Brian, aka Gamer55551, and I am back with a video game review. And for this review, we're going to be taking a look at if I can get this right in there, Hey Pikmin for the Nintendo 3DS, which for a 3DS game, according to the box art right up here, if you can read under right here, plays only in 2D. Why? I don't know why. Anyway, the Pikmin series has sort of been kind of in the same situation as the Earthbound or Mother series. At least that's how I want to look at it, though. It's not a well-known series compared to, say, like Mario or Zelda or even Pokemon, though, but it certainly has its followings. And for the most part, we've gotten about 3 entries in the series. 2 that have appeared on the GameCube that were later ported over to the Wii, and then Pikmin 3 that was released on the Wii U, which, from what I understand, sales-wise didn't perform as well. Some of that could be the Wii U was sort of going downhill. Others say the franchise could not be isn't popular. So whatever case you look at it, though, but it still has gained a following, and since then people would like. Still, then there are been Nintendo fans who would like to see another Pikmin game, though, particularly with now with the Nintendo Switch being popular and everything, though. But until we get that, we got Hey Pikmin for the Nintendo 3DS, which for some people has been sort of controversial, just like Paper Mario Color Splash was, and some people don't like it or anything like that. Well, having spent a couple days with the game, I will say that I actually enjoyed the title, though. May not be what people have thought would have gone as a Pikmin game, but I still had fun with it, though. So why don't we get started with the pros and cons for this game, though. So let me get my notes. Alright, we'll start with the first one. The first pros I will say is the visuals, and I will say, while it may not look as good as, say, like what it was on the GameCube or the Wii U, for that example, visually speaking, it's a really good looking game, especially on the 3DS. It looks nice and everything. I mean, it doesn't, unfortunately there's no 3D, though. That's somewhat of a disappointment, but overall, visually speaking, it looks good. The next one I want to talk about is the controls, and I will say that the touchscreen controls are not that bad. I mean, I found them to be easy to understand. You basically control the main character, I think Captain Olimar or something like that. Pardon me if I'm not saying his name correctly. I apologize for that. Basically using either the D-pad or the the circle button on the Nintendo 3DS controller, and you basically, when you go up to the Pikmins, you basically tap on the screen where you throw them, though. So like there's an item up there, you tap on that item and your player will throw the Pikmin right at it. Same with attacking enemies, you can throw them right at it. You do have to have a little bit of a strategy when it comes to fighting the enemies, though, so keep that in mind. And of course, each Pikmin acts differently. Blue ones could go great underwater, red ones work well against fire, yellow works best against the electricity. So overall, touchscreen controls are definitely good. And last but not least, though, like I mentioned earlier, the gameplay, which I kind of summed up in the touch control, I found the gameplay to be very addictive. It was somewhat a little bit easier than the past Pikmin games. You don't have like a time limit like you did in Pikmin 1, 2, and 3, so you could kind of like go at your own leisure and everything like that. But as far as gameplay goes, it's very fun. There is some exploration in the levels, even though their levels are a little bit smaller, but they are enjoyable. Plus, the game is also amiibo support as well, so you can use certain amiibos, though. Although, a little side note, on the video, I did try to use a Bayonetta amiibo, and for some reason, you do get certain items, but they don't show up on the screen compared to, say, like if I use a Donkey Kong amiibo where that's something you could collect, though. Why they did that, I have no idea. But overall, from a gameplay perspective, it's very addictive, very fun, and it controls well. And that's what I have to say about at least the pros, though. Okay, we're going to take a bit of a break, and when we come back, I'm going to be talking about the cons, which I really can only think of one, at least as far as I'm aware of, plus my thoughts on a item that's being tossed around on Kickstarter right now, and I want to give my opinion on it, and it's called the All Controller. So we'll take a bit of a break, and we will be right back. Okay, and we are back with part 2 of our video review of Hey Pikmin for the Nintendo 3DS. And as far as cons go for this game, I really only have one con, and at least this is how I see it though. And that is that if you're expecting this gameplay to be similar to or exactly how you played Pikmin 1, 2, and 3, you might be disappointed though. I mean, yes, it borrows certain elements for the game, but it's not, doesn't have the same, and the story is kind of similar, but it doesn't follow the approach that Pikmin 1, 2, and 3 did. Like I said, there isn't a time limit in the game or anything like that. And for some Nintendo fans and some Pikmin fans, that could be somewhat maybe a disappointment because it isn't the Pikmin game that you want though. Personally, I don't hate the game. I think the game is fun though, but obviously it's not going to be for everyone. So, but I can understand why people may not like this game. So if there's any cons to it, I would say it's not the Pikmin game that most Nintendo fans or Pikmin fans wanted though. Overall, I have to say, Hey Pikmin for the Nintendo 3DS is a fun game though. Visually, like I said, visually it looks nice. The gameplay is addictive, and the controls are simple and easy to use, and it uses the touchscreen very well. It may not be the Pikmin game people wanted or what people liked, or like I said, this may not be the Pikmin game they wanted though, but personally in my opinion, I enjoyed it. I really did, and it's nice to have something to keep you occupied until, say, when Pikmin 4 comes out. Hopefully they will announce that soon, and hopefully we'll see it on the Nintendo Switch. Alright, before I end this video, I want to talk about a recent controller that's been on the news recently that I found out on Kickstarter though. I do want to point out that, yes, I did back this project, but I also want to stress that I backed it with my own money. I'm not being paid, sponsored, or endorsed by the people who are making what's basically called the All Controller or anything like that. Any opinion on this project is my opinion and my opinion alone. So I just want to give that little disclosure out right now. So hopefully, just want to get that out. Anyway, as recently though, a Kickstarter project came out that's basically called the All Controller, which is basically they're advertising it as this universal controller that could be used for any system, or if you have like a PC or a Mac or tablets, or like tablets or say smartphones for that matter. So it's an interesting idea and all, but at the same time I can understand why some people may be hesitant to kind of back this project, as I've seen in some of the comment section, because after the whole Mighty Number 9 debacle, Kickstarters and crowdfunding in general has sort of gotten into a negative light though, which is somewhat disappointing, because I'm not against the idea of crowdfunding or anything like that, but I can understand why some people may not be hesitant to back any more projects after how Mighty Number 9 was being handled though. But I will say that I have backed certain projects before, and this is the newest one I have. I will say I like the idea and the concept of a universal controller that you can use on basically like any game console, or any or your Mac or PC, or your tablet or smartphone. So it's an interesting idea though. As of right now, based on what I checked, it reached its crowdfunding goal. I believe there's like 33 days left, so if you, for some reason, still want to back it or get one of the, the little tiers, I think that's what they're called, though, you could still do that, though. Again, it's worth taking a look at. I'm not saying you have to back it if you don't want to, but if it is something that it does interest you, I'll have a link in the description of this video, and you can check it out yourself though. I personally thought it was interesting, but again, that's my opinion on it though. It may not be interesting to some people, it may be interesting for those. But again, if you want to take a look at this project and you think, yeah, this is something I'm willing to back, like I said, links will be in the description of this video. Okay, this concludes my video review of Hey Pikmin for the Nintendo 3DS, and of course my thoughts on the all controller that's being launched on Kickstarter. And of course, if you want to see gameplay of Hey Pikmin, I'll have a link in the description of this video. And again, these are my opinion, but what are yours? What are your thoughts of Hey Pikmin for the Nintendo 3DS? Are you enjoying the game? Are you not enjoying the game? Is it the Pikmin game? Is this a good Pikmin game, or is it the Pikmin game that you wanted? And what are your thoughts about the all controller? Do you like the idea of a universal controller that can be used for everything? Do you not like the idea? Are you willing to back this on Kickstarter, or have you been burned by crowdfunding in general and decide you're not going to back this or any future crowdfunding projects at all? As always, sound off on the comment section below. Let me know what you think, and I hope you hit that like button and enjoy the video, and I hope you do subscribe to my YouTube channel. Also, feel free to share this video if you want to, and if you wish to donate to my channel, you could do so through via PayPal me or through Patreon. Links will be in the description of this video. It's evening here in Southern California, so I'll be getting ready for bed soon, and I will see you again next time when I do another video. Hopefully that will be soon. Until then, from Southern California, I wish you all a good evening. Bye!